Well, good morning guys. This is the first video of 2021 and let's hope it's going to get better this year, eh? So what I've done today is, because we're restricted and on lockdown again, I want to go through a few ideas that I've come up with to help me keep motivation and not get stifled by the fact that I can't travel and I can't get to places that I normally would. So I'll go through a few of the ideas that I've come up with. So one of the things I've been doing is to obviously, because we can't travel, as I said, using this local area that's out my back door, which I'm really lucky to have. Normally I wouldn't come and shoot it over and over again, or parts of it I wouldn't shoot over and over again. But what I've been looking for is changes in weather patterns, and obviously today we've got the snow, which can completely transform the landscape that you're used to shooting. Now, obviously living on somewhere, you do kind of shoot it to death, and that's what I kind of find, and I always think to myself that I can't go out and shoot this anymore because it's just, I've done it to death. But if you look for different weather patterns and changes in the scene like snow, frost, fog, things like that, you can completely transform your normal images that you would get from an area. Now, one of the things I've been really concentrating on recently is I've been just going out with no video camera, no other cameras apart from one camera, and that can really help you to not get bogged down with gear and clutter. So I've just been carrying that little Fuji camera around with me, even in the van at work, just taking it out, and if I'm passing a scene I'll just jump out, grab a shot. And I've got quite a few shots recently which I'll pop up now that I'm really happy with just by doing this. And it's allowed me not to get so stressed out about things, and just to, when I see something that actually stands out to me and that I'm interested in, I can just jump out and get it and not have to worry about anything else. So one of the things that I've really been doing, as well as checking out the changing conditions in my local places, I've also been looking at the smaller areas. And by that what I mean is when you're walking along and you've got all this gear and you've got all your camera bag and everything on, like I said in the previous video that I'll link up above, you tend not to want to get your camera out. And it could be a bit of laziness because you're looking for that bigger scene and you're looking for a better image. When you've got that one camera with you and you're walking around and you're spotting these little scenes that you wouldn't normally see, down by your feet mainly, you're looking around, you see the ferns, you see the light catching the ferns, you can see the snow sitting on top of rocks, you can see the light backlighting branches, things like that. And I've got lots of images like that lately that I probably otherwise wouldn't have bothered with. So if anything, what it's made me do is actually focus on these smaller details, and it's improving my photography because of it. I think I'm seeing a lot more shots than I otherwise would. And this all greatly helps you to improve, I think, anyway. So what I want to do now is jump back onto the computer and show you a few of these images that I've managed to grab over the last week or so, and just talk you through why I think they've worked.
So with this first image, I was basically at my local river, the Gelt again, and noticed the backlighting in the trees, and it was backlighting the moss really nicely. So this is one of the scenes that I was talking about, that just one of the smaller scenes that I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise before. And it just caught my eye, and it was basically because of the lighting. So all I did, I really like the square crop with this. It really sort of sets it off, and although the scene's really quite messy, there's definitely something about it that I really quite like. Now on the same day as the first image, I took this image as well, and this was in the same location. And I was just looking up the bank and noticed the fern getting backlit. Now this light was coming and going all the time, so I had to just sit and wait for it. But again, this is another one of those scenes that I probably wouldn't have noticed before. But it's just I was watching for the light a lot more this time than I usually would. And this kind of scene really stands out to me now. It's something that I'm actively looking for when I'm out and about. And again, I think it's a 4x5 crop on this one, and I really like that with this image. Now with this light dusting of snow, the ferns around this woodland were totally standing out to me, and it was down to the dusting of snow just catching the light. So I focused really closely with this into a fern, and I wanted the actual snowflakes that were sitting on it to be slightly out of focus if possible, which I think I managed with this quite nicely. And the overall image that I got from it, I'm really happy with, really content with it. I think the vibrant green along with that dust and the snow really makes the image pop, and again the 1x1 square crop really works well for this image. Now this last image obviously isn't one of those small vignettes that I was discussing, but this is one of the areas that I return to all the time to practice and hone my skills. And like I was saying before, going back to these areas in different weather conditions can really help change the scene entirely. And just this light dusting of snow over the rocks and on the rocks in the middle of the stream and the river there just makes this image stand out so much more than a lot of the other images that I've managed to get. And also the sun being so low in the sky and giving me that sunburst effect really made this stand out a lot better for me.
I'm finding that if I take the pressure off myself and just go out for a walk with the camera in hand, I'm getting so many more shots than I normally would. And I don't know whether this is just because I'm freeing myself of all this other stuff and just allowing myself to see what's in the landscape. I don't honestly know what it is, but I just find that my keeper rate seems to be going up as a result of it. So just go out and have an explore. Take the time that you've got now to hone your craft. Go and walk around, see the shots that you've got in front of you, and I think you'll find that there's a whole load more to explore out there. Now I know this is a shorter video than normal, but I wanted to get one in the bag and just give you a few little ideas to go out and shoot yourself while we're in this third lockdown. Ugh. But hey, is what it is. Make the best of it, guys. Go out and take the time to shoot and have fun. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.